Hello, aloha, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. It is Saturday and you are at the Be Activating training for the week. It is August 13th and we have a fantastic training for you for this hour. It's going to be myself. I'm doing a deep dive into startx39biz.com for all of our new people. And just a refresher for everybody else who has been around for a while. And there's just some, we've kind of done a new facelift to it. So we will check it out and deep dive into that. And I have the beautiful Amy Holmesy co-hosting with me. How you doing this morning? Or excuse me, this afternoon, Amy.
I am well, Kathaleen. I'm excited to be here with you. This is fun.
Awesome.
We're gonna mix it up a little bit, right?
Yeah. Let's keep it fresh and exciting. Absolutely. Amy's going to be talking about some really valuable ways to ways to think about people, personalities, mindsets that really tie into being able to put on those dancing shoes, right? Knowing what dancing shoes are yours, what dancing shoes your partners are wearing. And so she's really going to kind of give an overview of some really amazing information on that. So I'm super happy to be here with you today, Amy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so with that, we will, I'm going to open up the site here. This 1 sec. I'm going to do the share.
While you're doing that, Kathleen, I'd like to mention something, if I may.
Absolutely.
We just want to thank our leaders, Marcy and Peter, for all the things that they do, and Marcy creating this site, guys. We have a system in place on our team. We are also fortunate to be part of it, and let the tools do the work for you. And this is an amazing tool.
Really good point, Amy. Yeah, it's like our job is just to share the initial information, right? And then we have such an amazing roadmap of tools. We have this site, we have our podcast, we have your 3-way calls. There are so many resources in place that you just direct your peeps to it, and then they get to explore it and get empowered to make their own decisions, right? So it's amazing to use the tools. So this is one of our tools. So first of all, we are the Be Activating team, right? We are the Be Activating team. Oops. Let's do a little, can we mute those guys, Amy?
Hold on. Mute. Okay. Kathleen, I muted you as well. Sorry, I muted everyone.
Okay, perfect. Had to stop share and all that. Okay, so we will go back to the site. Oh, 1 second, guys. I gotta.
There were a bunch of people coming in, Kathleen.
Okay, perfect. Oh, something's going on with my share. I don't get that. Okay, so share. Oh, there we go.
Good morning,
okay,
guys.
Perfect. So it's Michelle Klein. Michelle Klein, can you mute yourself, please, honey? Thank you so much. Okay. Oh, there it goes again. You're not muted. Okay, there we are. Okay, perfect. So, but can you hear me?
I can hear you, Kathleen.
Okay, yay. Okay, hello, everybody. Let's get this party rolling. Okay, so we are the Be Activating team, and our system is 3-3-3. Ask, share, give, right? We patch 3 a day, we follow up with 3 a day, and we invite 3 to Zoom. So really the power of 3. It's amazing. It's the Be Activating team, the power of 3, 3-3-3. Ask, share, give, and then you can come to the office hours for 3 hours a week and do the system within the office hours. So it's an amazing upgraded system that Marcy and Peter have put together. Yes, before we were 3-3-1, but you know what? Why would we ever just invite 1 to a podcast? Let's invite 3. So, and the power of 3, as we all know, is Nikola Tesla, 369, especially 3. It is it's like the unmanifested aspect of the world, right? So let's tap into that power of 3. ask, share, give. So I just want to, okay, so if you're gonna come to the trainings on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock, we'll ask that you watch these training videos first. You can also come live to the training or watch this. And it's amazing. They're Marcy going through it, right? And so you guys know how to look at that. So here is our system, 333, ask, share, give. And what do? We ask a question, right? What is going on with you? What do you know about stem cells? Thank you, Peter, no? So that's the ask. And then we share a link. We share your 30-second testimonial. And then we give a gift. We give a gift of a 30-day.
And I remember Steve and Gina Mary telling me.
Thank you. We give a gift of a 30-day money-back guarantee. We give a gift of a 5-day starter kit. Whatever your gift is, it can be either one. So like I said, ask, share, give. And let's look at this really quick. Okay, so this is the overview. So we have 14 tabs here. The first tab is the overview. And let's just gonna pop it open right here. And you can see it starts you out with the very first thing. What's the very first thing? Create your list of 10 people. Get yourself a notebook and just brainstorm into that notebook. Just whatever names come up, just write them down. Put no filter on that notebook. I don't care if you haven't talked to that person in 20 or 30 years, just put them on the notebook. I actually signed up someone from 25 years ago that I hadn't spoke to. So that notebook is every single time a name comes in, you just put them down without any thoughts of, oh, I haven't talked to them. Oh, they don't have any money. Oh, they won't even remember who I am. No, just put them on the list. And then of course you have another notebook where it's actually your working notebook where you're grabbed some names from your main list, put them in that notebook and you're working them. So let's create a list of 10. And you can look at, who do you know? Who do you know on Facebook? Who do you know on Telegram? Who do you know on WhatsApp? Who do you know on Instagram, right? There are so many places that you can look to see who do you know? Who do you know at your church? Who do you know at your yoga class? Who do you know at your kid's school? So like I said, and then after you do that, you're gonna help your people that you sign up make their list of 10. And so on. We really like to work in people's warm markets, right? It's called tapping down. It's so much more collaborative and loving and fun to partner up with who you've brought into the business and then help them get their list of 10 and help them talk to their people. So that's called tap rooting down. So, and then again, you ask, share, give. What is going on with you? I finally found something to help me with, and you fill in the blank. For example, with myself, if I was talking to somebody, I could use, I finally found something that helped my daughter with her PTSD and anxiety, right? Or I finally found something that helped my dad's girlfriend with her seizures. So you could either use yourself or you could use a family member, but the key words are finally found. So that's like what we call the bridge. So what is going on with you? I finally found, that's the bridge. What do you know about stem cells? And so then within that question, you can break it down a little bit. It's like, what if you could activate your own stem cells naturally? Have you heard about the new stem cell activation technology? I like to say, have you heard about the latest technology? That's a great keywords. What if you could activate your own stem cells for less than a cup of coffee a day, right? So that's the ask. And then the share is your 2-minute story, or even actually down to like 30 seconds, right? Just like, okay, so for me, again, if I want to use my daughter, it's going to go like this. We already finally found, yeah. So my daughter, she was, golden girl. She had 2 crazy traumas. She dropped into darkness. It was super scary, got the patches, and now she's rocking the world again after 3.5 weeks. She was, shining and dancing and singing and laughing. And that was 2 years ago. And now she's graduating in, honor society at the top of her class and dancing in competition. Bam, that was 30 seconds. So keep it short, keep it sweet. People get really excited and you want to, you want to cultivate that excitement as opposed to start droning on. You start droning on, you're going to lose the momentum and lose the excitement. So that's the share. And you can see right here, this is the example. I found stem cell activating patches. They have been life-changing for me. Take a look at the link below. And if you like what you see, text me your address and I'll give you a 5-day supply to get you started. So that is when you're sharing a text, right? And you want them to look at the link. Of course, you want them to look, we'll go over the links in a minute, but you want them to look at a link because it's called qualifying them. So if you're just like randomly sending out samples and gifts, you're either wasting your money, you're wasting your money, right? So you want to qualify them. You want them to look at the link and then them say, yes, I would like to try that. So that's really good. And then of course you gift out the envelope. So, and then we got the follow-up, and I'm gonna go further into that in a minute. So that's our first tab. That's really, that's the very first tab. So like I said, there's 14 tabs. So tab 1 is an overview of everything. You're gonna click on that and you're gonna see the whole system. But then Marcy took it one step further, just so that it was really like what was like Amy and I were talking about, the roadmap of success, these amazing tools and resources. So Marcy took it one step further. So depending on whatever, whatever step you're at with the sharing and the dancing process, you could just click right on the tab. So look at here's the very first thing we do, which is, ask, right? So patch 3 a day. And then again, it's just a 1-page sheet. I just went over this. So you can ask all those questions. Oh, really good point right here. Always get a cell number when you patch, right? So if you're in person and you have just patched somebody, you definitely want them to you want to get their number from them, excuse me. And then if you're sending them the gift, of course, you already have their cell phone number, unless you're connecting with them on Facebook and you want to ask for that. It's kind of like, great, let me give you the patches and let's get your number, right? So that's tab, let me grab a glass of little water there, thank you. So you can see, like I said, here's the overview, and then we have tab 2, which is the ask part. And then we're gonna go to this part right here. Oh, here's ask the question. So this is, oh, okay, excuse me. Let me see what happened here. The tabs confused me for 1 second. Oh, okay, I get it. So patch 3 a day and ask the question. She even has it laid out in even simpler terms, right? She has broke down every single step, even within the step. So here we go. And this one is ask the question. What is your favorite question to ask, Amy? Is it, of course, what is going on with you? But then do you always say, what do you know about stem cells?
I do. And then I followed up with, have you heard of the latest technology in stem cell activation? Because piggybacking on what you just said, Kathleen, technology, right, is intriguing, and people want the latest technology, just like the phone and everything else. So when you say, have you heard of the latest technology in stem cell activation? To me, that's a very intriguing question, and people want to know more.
Excellent point. Yeah. And Bob, Amy, and Annie DeCoker helped out with that language. And it's really, the finally found, that's key, because as we've talked about before, everybody, and for the new people, you might not know this, when you finally find something, right? When you finally find your keys, oh, this big relief comes through your body, or you finally find your favorite jacket, or you finally find your kid at the grocery store. I know that's happened to me. So that what happens when people hear the words "I finally found," it's like their whole brain just does like a feel-good dump. So they're right then, they're entrained with your brain, they're entrained with what you're talking about. So basically, at that point, you've put on the same dancing shoes, right? It's called entrainment. and you activated a part in their brain that's resonating with a part in your brain, and you guys are now like a connected unit on the same page talking. So those are the words I finally found. And then Amy points out an amazing thing right here. Have you heard about the latest? And so you could say, have you heard about the latest in stem cell activated, the latest technology in stem cell activation? Because, you know, everyone's like, they want the latest phone, they want the latest computer, they want the latest graphics, they want the latest, you know, Windows 25.0, you know, whatever it is, right? So latest technology, that makes them feel like they're on top of the world, they're empowered, they're got the, you know, the latest, newest and greatest. So think about those words, the latest technology. And then, of course, Peter knows infamous, what if you could activate your own stem cells for less than a cup of coffee a day? That always gets people's attention, right? So if you say, you know, it just breaks down the price point in a different way that's really like little bite size. So people, oh my gosh, a cup of coffee, I do that every day, right? As opposed to like, it's, you know, giving them the full month price, which is actually super affordable also. So here's your asking questions, and then you can break it down into those other more specific ones too. So the basic ones is, what is going on with you? I finally found something. What do you know about stem cells? So that is tab 3. And then what do? Then we're going to share. We're going to share a link, right? So there's some options here. This is where you get to like express your own way of communicating, your own pair of shoes. You can do startx39.com, which we all know what that is. That's really a wealth of information. It's a comprehensive resource. It's packed with all the videos of, you know, what's going on with the technology, how it works, testimonials, science, goes on and on, right? So that's a really great resource. Or you can actually break it down and just send out little bite-sized links. So you make that intuitive call on your own. And if you did, we have them all lined out. Like here's just a quick minute one, a 35-second one. You know, like, oh, people love the visuals. You can send out that. That's a quick visual.
Yeah, I use that one all the time, Kathleen.
That's great to know.
Yeah, it's on my cell phone. I text it at red lights. I just text it
at red lights.
I mean, I actually do this business at red lights. I mean, seriously, you could fit this business in the nooks and crannies of your life. I don't care who you are, but go ahead.
Okay, so only red lights, not stop signs. Stop signs, you have to be paying a little more attention at. Okay. Yeah, well, you know, the thing is like, what do they say, Amy? That you know, a picture is worth a million words, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. And so then, oh, this is a great one too. And you know, I'm in the middle of talking to my hairdresser in California. Bam, I'm going to be sending her that one. I mean, that just right there speaks loads. And you know what I like to say about this one, Amy, is when people go, wow, I say, you know what? The reason they're growing their hair back is because their body's so much younger. So it's responding like they're younger. And then people, that's even an extra level of like, wow.
Absolutely, Kathleen. The other thing too is if it's doing this on the outside, what on earth is it doing on the inside?
Exactly. Yes, I agree. The other day, I was in Mount Shasta and I met some new people and I was asking them how old their kids were. And they said 38. And I said, oh my gosh, that's how old I am. I literally thought I was 38. That's how much I reversed my aging. So, and then you can keep going. So then link 4, that's the startx39.com. And then of course, our product pricing is link 5. So under share a link, you can just kind of like, you know, just keep watering them and adding stuff. And like, we like those pictures like we just showed you. Pictures, a lot of times people get so many texts, the pictures just pop out, you know. And even like when I'm sending a picture, I do the picture first, and then I do the you know, the words afterwards. So when they first click on it, they see that picture. So that, my friends, is our system. So again, tab 1 is the entire system, the entire overview. 333, ask, share, give, power of 3. We're the Be activating team, power of 3. And then tab 2, 3, and 4 delineate out each step. So overview, and then takes it down. So that's 1 through 4. And then here we go. Here is our Telegram. And we want to get you connected to our Telegram because we literally have thousands of recordings on that you can just grab, copy, paste, send it to the person, and it's amazing. Let's check out our Facebook. Have you guys been checking out the Facebook? Like, look at all of the things that have been going on in our team. It's absolutely amazing. We have had so many rank ups. So many rank ups, Amy. I mean, they just go on and on.
I know it was a crazy June and July. By the way, folks, July last month was the biggest month in LifeWave history, and we've been around for 18, 19 years. So we are definitely in momentum.
Amy, can you say that again?
Yes, July last month was LifeWave's biggest month in their entire history, and they've been around for over 18 years. Also, Kathleen, June, the month before, was the biggest month until July. So we are in momentum, folks. We are in definite momentum. Now is the time.
That's amazing. So each month, that's what that really sounds like to me, is each month it's our best month. It's the best month yet, and then the best month yet. Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. I wanted to get, oh, here we go. Look at all of these. Look at, there's so many.
Guys,
We got,
don't wait for people to get.
oops. There we go. We have so many ranks up. They just go on and on and on. So proud of everybody. Just want to celebrate everybody so much. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a look at that because it is just so impressive. And like
it's
Amy
always
said,
so nice to see all the nice compliments. Everyone is so encouraging. That's why I love this community. Bob and I, we just love the community here.
yes, absolutely. It's unity. It's open-hearted, collaborative, supportive. It really, really is. And so you guys might not know this, but this tab right here is amazing. Marcy actually went through and loaded, these are pre-loaded testimonials that you can grab, and they're in sections. Like, check out this science one. This one is amazing. It's got stuff with, Dr. Ray Peavy, it's got Dr. Marcy, Dr. Stacy, it's got David, it's got John Harmon, it's got Dr. Schillen. I mean, it just goes on and on. It's got Savvy. This is a wealth of information. Here's one of our latest doctors. You guys want to check Dr. Sparks out. So that is an amazing tab that you can use. And then of course you have like your health testimonials, and you just click on them. You got sleep and look at, she's even broke it down into sleep and regeneration, all kinds. So breathing easier. Huh?
That's very powerful.
It really, really is. So, this weekend, maybe, because we're so kind of used to going to Telegram, and I don't know about you, Amy, but I go to Telegram and I search and it's like, 35 of them. And I scroll through and I find the good one. But, Marcy's already done that for you. And she, like I said, she put them into categories, even animal testimonials you can click on. So check out that tab. It really makes sharing a testimonial super easy with people. And then as Amy's going to talk about later, she's going to talk about different types of people, and you can see right away, you could click in on these tabs based on what she's going to share with us later. So that's the share a preloaded, okay? So let's go back and see.
Kathleen, may I interject something real quickly?
Please.
Yeah, we have a lot of people that came on late as we started. So we are on the startx39biz.com website, folks. www.startx39biz.com. So all of this is on here. So go ahead, Kathleen.
Okay. Awesome, Amy. Yes, startx39biz.com. You know, our exposing site is startx39.com. And then the backbone to do your business is startx39biz.com. So Marcy and Peter have really, dialed out the roadmap for the exposing and then also all the resources you need to expose with. And we're just doing a deep dive in showing all of this to you. So then guess what, Amy? Then it's time for follow-up, right? And follow-up, guys, it's so important. You know what follow-up does? Follow-up tells that person that you care. It tells that person that you care, that you just, you're really caring about their journey. You're here to answer questions. You're their support team. I really like to, when I introduce someone to this business, when I introduce someone to these products, I really like to let them know that we've now teamed up, we're moving forward together, and we're, part of a support team that is going to be there walking them through the steps. And that is what follow-up is all about, right? So here we go. It's right here. Let's go ahead and click on this. And the other thing is like, follow-up is all about, this is a brand new technology. You introduce it to somebody one time, it doesn't necessarily stick. It just goes right on through. So you want to keep, giving them information and following up and letting them know that we're a huge community globally and that we're here to stay. And that, yes, it's a new technology, but we're here every step of the way, right? And also in this industry, if you follow up, if you follow up one time, you are able to help people at 10%? If you follow up 4 times, you're able to help 80% of those people. That's the right statistic, right, Amy? Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's correct. But I also believe, Kathleen, in this business with this product, that it's a lot higher on both of those, because we have something so unique that no one else has. By the way, we have zero competition. And the thing I love about this, Kathleen, is I don't care if you follow Western medicine or natural medicine, everyone's heard of stem cells.
Absolutely. Everybody's heard of stem cells, and everybody, is really into body heal thyself too. So it's like stem cells, we're healing, your body's healing itself. And what are we doing? Age reversing and cellular repair and regeneration. Can't beat that. Yeah. So, okay. So you've given the gift and now you're following up. Guess what the very first question is, guys? Did you get your patches? Right? Lots of times people are literally waiting for you to call them before they put them on. So you need to call them. Oh yes, I have them right here. Thanks so much for calling. I was waiting for you to call them, put them on. Great, let me remind you how to wear them. And you let them know how to wear them. Make sure you drink lots of water. And of course, what is going on with you, right? We always want to know what is going on with you. That's really our, our culture here at LifeWave. What is going on with you? Our culture here at Be Activating, right? Caring about people. We care because we share because we care. So what is going on with you? Let me explain the technology. You can read the gifting envelope. What have you been experiencing so far? If they had been wearing them, what have you been experiencing so far? So that would be a number of things. They'd either, sleeping better, more energy, that kind of thing, or they might say, I'm not experiencing anything. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That means it's working with something you didn't even know about, right? Because at that point, we want to then explain, some people notice within 1 to 7 days. Most it's, I usually like to say 3 to 6 weeks or 3 to 6 months. And then I give them the timeline that you guys are probably familiar with that I talk about. But we definitely want to let them know, oops, can you mute yourself, Karen? Thanks. We definitely want to let them know that, of course, the very first patch is already working. 3,000 to 4,000 genes are set back to a healthier state. So no worries there. You're absolutely getting benefit. It's just working on something internal. And then, of course, you can always tell them the 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk. So that's the little script for follow-up. And then, of course, you will send out, you could, at that point, I like to invite them to the podcast, Amy. God, you know what? Get on a podcast tonight. It's so exciting. You're
we had a
you mute yourself. Thanks, hon.
I just did it.
And I get this from Beamy Casey. Love this about Beamy Casey. I watched her one day and she was going on about how to invite to that podcast. And it's about excitement and, and being really alive about it, right? So yeah, get on the podcast tonight. You're going to hear some amazing stories about people having great results. I'll send you the link instead of just like, yeah, we have a podcast, really, really hype it up, because honestly, I love those podcasts and they are super exciting. I can't tell you how exciting they are when you get on there and hear all of these results. I mean, you get excited, you actually get brought to tears, your heart gets so full. So that's another part you on the follow-up, invite them to the podcast. So that's on the 3 part, right? Ask 333. The last 3 is invite 3 to podcast. And so that would be one of your follow-ups. And then of course you can do like the David Schmidt 18-minute interview, a pricing form, etc. on the follow-up. And so then we're going to take the order. And this is one of my favorite right here, because it just highlights everything, right? It just highlights all the different price points. And then of course we have this, I love that because people have a hard time understanding that sometimes. So to have it written out right there, that 1 sleeve of X39, X49 equals 2 of the supportives, that's great. And then you just build your pack and you put in the order. So, and then of course, later on in the tabs, here we are, once you get that, get a hold of your upline and have them show you how to put it in, put your order in. You also have a couple great videos right here that run through how to do that. Marcy and Peter, they dotted every I and crossed every T on everything. And then of course you can go to the comp plan. You can either do just at a glance, or you can dive deeper into some videos that we have there. And let's see. And then of course, set up your pay portal, and your upline can help you with that, but it's all very simple. We have the form already for you and how to do a little 3-minute video on how to do it. Just wanted to show you there. And then to kind of finish it off, you have a get started checklist, which just is like, did I do everything? Am I plugged in? Do I know the comp? Like, just kind of like a little accountability checklist that you can see if you've done everything. And all of these things are in Spanish too. So really helping out that Spanish community. And here's the last tab I want to show you guys. That's where you're going to get the information for customer service. So if you have any questions and your upline isn't available, or if you just want to reach out and say hello, customer service is amazing, super supportive. I'm on the phone with them a lot and they're amazing. So then the other thing we want to look at, let's see. Oh, we got Marcy and Peter's YouTube. Join that. That is a wealth of videos. It's super awesome. So make sure that you're a part of that. And then what do we see? We got the company brochures. I did want to show you look at this new 1 page that we have put together. This is amazing. So that's just all the patch summary of all the different patches. And then let's see, there was, and then of course we have some more flyers. So this is a fantastic product brochure area. And then let's see, that was about all for there. So those are the 14 tabs. And look at, you can say once again, we're the Be Activating team. Our system is 333. Ask, share, give. We are working with the power of 3, and we be activating, Amy. We be activating our mind. We be activating our health. We be activating our body, our emotions. We be activating the planet. We be activating our business, right?
Amen. Absolutely.
And you can see our core values, and we exhibit those and embody all of those here at the Be Activating team. Loving, collaborative, disciplined, supportive, honest, united, and divinely inspired. Yes, we are spreading the light across the planet in the Be Activating team. So that was our startx39biz.com. We did a really deep dive, and I hope that was helpful for all the new people, and then a refresher for everybody else. So Amy, you want to take over, honey?
Sure. Do you mind pulling up the PowerPoint while I segue into it?
Sure.
Awesome. I appreciate your help, Kathleen. Thank you. Awesome job, by the way. Awesome job. Folks, I'm honored to be here today. Welcome. And my business partner, Bob Kimball, and I have been doing network marketing for 30 plus years. And I will tell you what attracted us to LifeWave was the community, the product, the science, and the system. We have never seen a company that had a system in place. Usually we had to spend our own time and energy creating our own system. We don't want that. You want to come in and get plugged in. And I will tell you, guys, don't try and reinvent any wheels here. Let's keep it simple. Keep it simple, sweetie, the KISS method, right? So get plugged in, use the system, and getting back to what Kathleen was saying, invite people to the podcast, but you want to excite and then invite. I like to say excite people and then invite them. Your job is to be a master inviter. You do not have to know every single solitary thing about this product, the compensation plan, or anything to make money or be successful in this company. Trust me when I say that. Let the tools do the work for you. So that's what you want to do. So your job again is to be a master inviter. You want to excite people and then invite them. And there's so much to be excited about. Again, LifeWave is 18, 19 years old. We're on target to do over $400 million. The X39 was introduced 3 years ago, and we grew 10 times in 3 years. I want you to think about that. 10 times in 3 years during a pandemic. Most companies cannot say that. Some companies went out of business during the pandemic. We went from 30 million to over 300 million in 3 years. You are definitely in the right place at the right time. And think about this. We have a product that no one else has. Being in this industry for 30 years, I've seen almost everything that came down the pike. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good companies out there. I never ever, talk badly about another company. I believe in this industry. This industry has changed my life on so many levels. And there's a lot of good products out there, but there's all types of supplement products and lotions and potions, right? No one has a stem cell activation patch, and we have a patent on it for 20 years. So folks, put your business hats on. That means we have zero competition, and that's what gets me excited. So with that being said, let me try and get this started here, Kathleen.
Can you see my share screen on it?
Yeah, but it's not letting me do what I need to do. So hold on, you might have to do the slides. Yeah, I'm not able to. I want to do slideshow and then from beginning to end, if that's okay.
Okay, so I'll just click through. So here's slide 1.
Okay, but it needs to be bigger. I don't know what happened.
So
while we're waiting for that, folks, what I want to talk about today is understanding your personality style and type and the people that you're talking to and reaching out to for this product or this business. And I learned this about 20 years ago, and I'll tell you, it made a huge difference because the people you're speaking to, you want to speak their language. We are all different. Okay, it's kind of like that book, The 5 Love Languages, right? It's good to know for your mate or your spouse so you understand, because as humans, we tend to look at things through our eyes only and our perspective. So what we're excited about may not necessarily be something that someone else is excited about. So if we can't make it bigger, let's just go with it, okay?
Okay, yeah, I can't make it bigger.
Okay, so if you could just go to the next slide, my dear, I'd greatly appreciate it. Okay, so there are 4 personality types. A lot of people call them red, blue, yellow, and green. One of my mentors in network marketing is Danny Johnson, and our team hears me talk about her all the time, and she calls them the personality gems. But today we're going to go blue, yellow, red, and green. The blues are called the promoters. They are 15% of the population. The yellows are the supporters. They're 35%. Then we also have the greens. The analytical ones are 35%, and the reds are 15%. Now, I used to think that you know, my personality type, everyone needs to be like me. But you know what? As I went through this and learned this 20 years ago, thank God everyone's not like me. We need each and every one of these personality types. And the more you understand them, the better you're going to be able to communicate and understand with others. And we all have a primary, folks, and a secondary. So you're going to be able to relate to this and see which one you are. So the next slide is the blues. They're called the promoters. They, a lot of times their occupation is sales or public speakers or entertainers. They like to be noticed. They like happiness, freedom. They're usually spontaneous. They like to fly by the seat of their pants. They love fun. Okay, they want the fun. Show me the fun. So moving right along. Yeah, I know that, Carrie. I know you're a blue. Paulette's a blue. We have a lot of blues. Okay, blues are big thinkers. A lot of times they can be stylish dressers. They are loud. They can be fast. Here are their key words, though. They love fun, excitement, freedom, lifestyle. Here's what they dislike: not having fun. They're not detail oriented, by the way, and they are usually unorganized. So we're going to talk about strengths, and then we're going to talk about weaknesses. So whatever personality character you are, you have a strength and you have a weakness. What I try and do is work on my weaknesses, and I think that is important. So moving on to the next slide. Here are the blues' weaknesses. They talk too much. They're unorganized. They tend to exaggerate. So getting back to real quickly, one of the faults of the blues is they talk too much. And in this business with our system, folks, you don't want to talk too much. You don't have to. StartX39.com is your exposing site. You use that script that Kathaleen just went over and you send them to that site. What I say is I tell them my little story, 30 to 60 seconds. Have you heard about the latest in stem cell activation technology? What do you know about stem cells? I finally found, I tell them my story. I'm going to share some information with you. Would you like me to send it via email or text? And then I'm going to follow up with you and show you how to get it for wholesale. That's how you hook them. That's the tagline. But I'm not going to sit there and tell them how this technology works. I'm a big believer in facts tell, story sell. And there's some of this stuff I want you to write down. Facts tell, story sell. Now that works for every personality type except for one, which I'm going to get to in a moment. But don't talk too much, also known as don't throw up on people. Okay, do not throw up on people.
No throwing up allowed.
No throwing up allowed. Let the tools do the work. So moving right along. So we talked about the weaknesses. Now we're going on to the yellows. The yellows are the nurturers. They're the supportive. They have a spiritual gift of service. A lot of them are your teachers, your nurses, your counselors. A lot of them work for nonprofits. They're nurturing, they're kind, they're compassionate. They want to save the world, okay? Moving along, we have something for them, and I'm going to close this out with that. So here are the characteristics of the yellows, or as Danny Johnson calls them, the pearls. A lot of times they're soft, they're gentle, their dress is more casual, more plain. They do like to be part of a team, part of a community, part of something bigger than themselves. That's why charity work is a big one for them. They are followers, not leaders, but they are dependable, a lot of times patient, very nurturing, and they have the guilt factor a lot of the time. They don't want to ever hurt anyone's feelings. So their weaknesses, if we have that, or we could go to the next slide. Their weaknesses are they can be oversensitive. They can take things personally, right? They dislike pushy people, bullies. They will avoid conflict at all costs. Their key words are harmony and family, togetherness, relationship. Again, they will donate to save the whales all day long. So here we have the reds, the type A personalities, or the rubies, whatever you want to call it, right? Their occupations can typically be what? Attorneys, CEOs, airline pilots. How about politicians? And another one would be athletes. They're competitive. They can be more assertive, aggressive. A lot of them, if they're typical Reds, they want to be number one. They like challenges. They do make decisions quickly. They do like to be in control. A lot of them are motivated by money. And some of them actually think they're right all the time. So those are your like true Reds. They want to know, show me the money, just like it says in that slide. So let's take another look at the Reds and see what else we can find about them. Again, they're leaders. They take initiative. Again, their occupations are CEOs, attorneys, politicians, etc. So if we could change the next slide, that'd be awesome.
Here, here's the weaknesses.
Yep. Thank you. It's not coming up on my computer.
Oh, geez. You aren't seeing that anymore?
Oh, I'm seeing the last slide. Can you
Well,
hear me okay, Kathleen?
Yeah, I figured out how to make it bigger, but then, oh, okay, we need to go. Oh, geez,
Well,
I'm sorry.
That's okay. As we're finding that, some of their weaknesses are they're impatient. Okay, they are impatient for one thing. They do like to be in control. They don't like having a loss of control. And with the Reds, folks, and this is why it's important, as you're talking to people, you can pick up on their personality. I've been doing this for a long time. A lot of times, the Red personality types, they want to know the money. What is the compensation plan? They also want to know, how do I get promoted? How do I go from manager to senior presidential director in the next 60 days? They want a roadmap. They want to know. They are direct. So think about that. So most of the time when I'm talking to someone or prospecting, for lack of a better word, Bob and I, 90% of the time or 99%, we talk about the product. Okay, this is so different than any other network marketing company I've ever been part of. It's always about helping people and about talking about the product. But if I'm talking to a business person or a Red, they're going to want to know the compensation plan. So you want to give it to them. This is where I always say to the team, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. You want to listen. So as you are talking and introducing people to this business or the product, listen to what their hot button is. And if it's the Reds, they want to know the money. So you want to send them a video, the sheet on the startx39biz.com website, or have your upline director on the line when you are talking to them. So does that make sense? So are we able to move on, Kathleen? If not, I'll just talk.
Yes, we are. Can you see those slides now, Amy?
Yeah, but we're still on the same one. Do you mind trying going to the next one, my dear?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so here are the characteristics. Like, remember, we all have strengths and our weaknesses. We have a primary and a secondary. So the Red characteristics can be forceful. A lot of times they're loud. They're dressed for success. They're focused. They're goal oriented. They can be intense. They do multiple things at one time. They do like money, power, control. They do get to the point. So remember that when you're talking to them. And let's go on to the next slide. Here are their weaknesses. A lot of them have egos, short-tempered. Remember, I mentioned impatient. They can be dominating. Sometimes they're uncoachable. They think they know it all. They'll come in here, they think they have a better system. Well, guess what? We don't have a better system, folks. Do not reinvent any wheels. Get plugged in. They dislike indecision and small talk. Small chit chat drives them crazy, and they don't like losing control. But here is their spiritual gift. It is leadership. Leadership. Okay. So moving right along, we have one more. Reds want results, productivity, efficiency. They want to know how to get to point A to point B as fast as they can, folks. And leadership, and they like challenges. And then the last personality type is the greens. Okay, the greens are the analytical people. They are your analysis by paralysis people. Their spiritual gift, though, is they like order. Their occupations usually are engineers, folks. They're just wired differently. A lot of it could be accountants, engineers, doctors, scientists, secretaries. They tend to be more organized and neat. They like a system. They like having a system. A lot of them could be perfectionists. They tend to worry a lot, and they like to have things in order. By the way, they are usually the only personality type that is on time. Being on time is extremely important to them. Those greens, God bless them all. Okay, let's move along.
Okay, yes, being on time, that's one of my challenges.
Yeah. A lot of times they're very soft and polite. Their dress is more conservative, more like the yellows. A lot of times they're skeptical, which is okay. I don't mind healthy skepticism, but they want lots of details, folks. Provide it for them. They worry and they're guilty a lot, but they want the details. Those are the people. They want the science. Now, this is the group of the population where facts tell, story sell doesn't apply. All the other ones, facts tell, story sell apply. They want the facts, Jack. Okay, so remember that. So their weaknesses can be they worry a lot, they feel guilt a lot, they're over analytical, and they tend to be perfectionists. So again, we have weaknesses, we have strengths. So we want to work on all of our weaknesses, right? We all have them. And then we're gonna do a summary. And this is what I love about this, Kathleen. LifeWave and our patches, especially the X39, fits every personality type. And I don't think I've ever seen this before in any company. And here's why. Let me break this down. For the greens out there, we have the clinical studies. We have over 100 patents. We have all the science. So here's what I want to say. Follow the system. I don't care which personality type you are talking to or which personality type you are. Follow the system. But here's the things that you do differently. You're going to get the greens on the Start X39. You're going to invite them to a podcast. You are still going to use the script. You are still going to tell them your testimonial, which your testimonial should only be 30 to 60 seconds long. Remember, do not throw up on people, but listen to what they're saying. Their hot button is the science. So you're going to plug them into more science information. Now, again, on startx39.com, we do have the clinical studies, but when I'm working with a green, I also send them some of David Schmidt's webinars. There's a ton of them on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, a ton of them. Go through them. They want the facts, so send them those. The blues, we have something for them too. We have fun here. This is social. The patch is unique and different. They like to be unique. They like to be different. We do have fun while we're building this business. So we do appeal to them as well. My yellow partners out there, we have a community that's caring. We're on a mission. We do want to patch one household at a time, right? We want to give back. We want to help people. Remember that this fits in their wheelhouse. So think about when you're speaking to them, the keywords are community. We help people. Again, you're following that same system, but you're going to emphasize the community and helping people. With the blues, we're going to emphasize the fun, the social aspect. With the greens, we're going to talk about the patents and the medical studies. The reds we're going to talk about leadership, the strong leadership we have here. We're going to patch one household at a time. We're going to hit LifeWave, mark my words, is going to be $1 billion company, folks. We're already at over $400 million, all through word of mouth, zero advertising. The Reds want to know that. They also want to know that we have one of the best compensation plans in the whole network marketing industry. And we have the best product out there with zero competition. We appeal to everyone. So think about what personality style you are and who you are speaking to. And I want to close with just a few tidbits in mindset, okay? And Bob and I talk to our team about this all the time, so some of you may not be aware. So I like to do business with people I do business with. Okay, so for example, my chiropractor's in this business, my hairdresser's in this business. So think about that when you're making your list. Who are you giving your money to? Who are you giving your time to? They should be on your list right out of the gate. Don't look at this business through your eyes only. Have different perspective, right? Also, you want to remember this. The fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. So write that down. If you're a blue, you have a hard time with follow-up because you're unorganized. You fly by the seat of your pants. So that's your weakness. So work on that, or have an accountability partner if that helps you. And here's one of the biggest things I tell the team. People don't care how much you know until they know that you care. People do not care how much you know until they know that you care. Build a relationship, build the rapport. That's what network marketing is all about. We genuinely do care about people. Now, the greens may want to know more about what you know, but no, you want to show people that you care, be genuinely concerned. And Bob and I tell people all the time, don't think about the money. Go out there and help as many people as you can. The money will come. Focus on helping people. So remember, people don't care what you know until they know that you care. Also, people do not want to be sold, folks. They want to buy. They do not want to be sold. They want to buy. Okay. They want it to be their decision. When I walk into a store, I don't want people hounding me. I want freedom. I want to go and look, and I want to be my own decision. Okay. Now, the only exception to that rule is if it's something with technology, which I know nothing about, and I need to go and talk to them about the latest phone or computer. So I do need that help there, but I want to make that decision. And remember, most of us want to make that decision. So do not be pushy. I honestly believe we are not salespeople. We are providing information. Change your mindset. You are there to help people provide information on something that could literally change their lives. We see it Monday through Friday on all these testimonial calls. Like Kathleen said, on Telegram, folks, we have over 3,000 testimonials. 3,000 testimonials. Being in this business for 26 months, I've heard thousands of testimonials. We are changing lives. Provide the information. What they do with it is entirely up to them. Okay. Also, this is a big one. You don't eat the fruit on the day you plant the seed. You don't eat the fruit on the day you plant the seed. Every day, folks, go out there and plant those seeds. Plant those seeds, but you're going to reap the harvest down the road. Down the road. You got to water it. You got to fertilize it, right? The sun has to shine. That is where we fill in with love, relationships, building the rapport, answering questions, reaching out to people, following up. That is what I like to call planting the seeds. I recently signed up some people that I talked to 6 months ago. One lady was a year ago, and it's because I kept planting the seeds, still reaching out, following up, because I genuinely cared and wanted to help them. So just a quick recap, Kathleen, and then I'll be done. I believe you do business with people, obviously make your list, do business with people you do business with. We all have accountants or attorneys or chiropractors, your dentist, your hairdresser, your veterinarian, your dog groomer. Think about that. Facts tell, stories sell. Facts tell, story sells. The fortune is in the follow-up. Get your upline on the line when you follow up. Get your director, your presidential director, whomever, and set that follow-up up. And here's what we do, Bob and I do, when we are on the three-way phone call with the follow-up. We want to be on that call after that prospect looked at startx39.com or they were on a podcast. Does that make sense? Otherwise, we're starting from square one and have to do everything. We want them primed, so to speak. So get them on startx39.com, get them on a podcast, and then have your upline be on a three-way with you. And the first question I ask is, hey, Sally, what did you like best about what you saw? I didn't say, hey, Sally, what'd you like? Hey, Sally, did you like what you saw? No. Sally, what did you like best about what you saw? Guess what? It's all good. There's no wrong answer. I don't care what Sally tells me what she liked about Start X39. That's what I'm going with, because that was her hot button. I don't care if she said, oh, I love the colors on the website. Oh yeah, you're right. They're wonderful, aren't they? You see what I'm saying? 2 ears, 1 mouth. The fortunes in the follow-up. People don't care what you know until they know that you care. Show them that you care about them. Don't be pushy. People don't want to be sold, folks. They want to buy. Understand that difference. It's their decision based on the information that you give them. You don't eat the fruit the day you plant the seed. It needs to be cultivated, harvested, rained on, the sun shining. That means we have to build the rapport, and the seeds will start blooming, and you will reap that harvest. I hope that all makes sense. And I just want to close with this. I personally believe we have the best opportunity ever. The network marketing industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's one of the top billion-dollar industries in the world. We are a global company, so don't think small, folks. This is a global business. You don't have to build this just in your own backyard, okay? The stem cell industry, even though we're not stem cells, but we activate stem cells, is also another multi-billion-dollar industry. How much of those two industries do you need if they're multi-billion dollars? A little bit, a little bit. Follow the system, stay plugged in. And that's all I have to say, Kathleen.
Wow, Amy, thank you so much. Huge nuggets, huge value. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I loved all your different quotes at the end and how you tied it back around to how we do our business. Absolutely amazing. And and once again, it's like my takeaway. You talked about the 4 personality types, and then you demonstrated exactly how the patches and LifeWave have something in our community, have something for every single personality. It checks every box.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for demonstrating that, and such great value and wisdom. Thank you so much, Amy.
And thank you, Kathleen. I enjoyed sharing this with you, the energy, and you're always so positive and willing to help. So thank you. And I can't wait to see you in next week. I
can't wait to see you either. So thank you, everybody. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you next week, okay? So aloha.
Bye, everyone. Have a blessed
Bye-bye.
weekend.
Thank you very much.
Bye.